What is up, guys? In this guide we are going to cover Poor Unfortunate Soul achievement, as well as how to get this cute little eel pet. The first thing you will need to do is create a dungeon group. Once you fill it up, you will have to then zone into Stormheim, Maw of Souls, located right here on the map. Having everyone zoned into Maw of Souls is really important, as this achievement is a timed run. So being zoned in is going to save you a lot of time. Once you have zoned into Maw of Souls, the party leader, I should say, will queue for Heroic Black Rook Hold. Now, when developing your party, it's important to note that Heroic doesn't hurt as much if you're overgeared for it. So what we did here is the druid that actually queued up as a healer is actually a DPS. We'll speeden up the run a little bit, which will save us a lot of time when we're running the instance. However, if you're not sure of the capability of your group, then just stick with a healer instead, just to be on the safe side. Once inside Black Rook Hold, you will go around the pillar and see a blue blazer. Make sure all party members are standing next to this blazer and right click it. This will give you a buff called Wandering Soul with a 30-minute cooldown. Make sure everybody in the party has the Wandering Soul buff. If one person does not have the buff and you run all this, it will be for nothing. Everybody in the party has to have this buff going into Black Rook Hold. Again, also, you cannot let any player disconnect, because if they do, they will lose the buff. And you have to have, like I said, all 5 players with the buff. Also, no player can die. If you die, you will lose the buff. So basically, you run all the way to the end of Black Rook Hold, defeat the boss on Heroic. This will change your buff from Wandering Soul to Lost Soul, and it will reduce the time to 10 minutes on that buff. So nobody can die, nobody can disconnect, because everybody has to transform their buff and keep the buff. Once you defeat the boss, leave the instance group, and that will set you right outside Maw of Souls, where you'll have to run it on Mythic. Now, before everybody runs in, make sure it is set to Mythic, because it needs to be set on Mythic for this achievement to work. Once inside, you will have to clear your way up to the first boss in the Mythic run. Once you kill him, he will transform your buff to Damned Soul, and he will add a little bit of extra time. As you defeat the second boss in Maw of Souls, it will transform your buff from Damned Soul to Poor Unfortunate Soul, and it will give you 10 minutes on this buff. From there, you will need to get to the third boss and down it before the buff expires. As you can see here, we still had 8 minutes on our buff when we actually got to the last boss on this run. The important thing is nobody can die and nobody can disconnect. Make sure that you park at Maw of Souls outside before you start the heroic run. That's what makes the difference for this achievement. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward, and it's a pretty simple achievement if you got the right people to do it with. I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, rate it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe for more great content like this. And don't forget, once you complete this achievement, to stop by your nearest mailbox for your pet. And congratulations, guys.